Hey guys, it's Jacob for TCG Buzz, and I'm bringing you my green-red Broly deck for Dragon Ball Super. We're going to start off with my leader, Broly, the big man himself. He has a bit of a drawback to him. He cannot attack battle cards. I wouldn't really consider attacking them even if I could with him, so it's not that big of a deal. First of all, his skill, when he attacks, both players choose one card from their hand and place them into the drop area. He has Awaken. If you got 4 life or less, draw 2, flip him over. And he is now in his Awaken state. Awaken Broly skills are better. He still has the drawback of not being able to attack battle cards. And when he attacks, both players choose a card from their hand and discard them. And they choose one of their battle cards and put them into the drop area. And the player who controls Broly gets to draw a card. So all in all, quite a good card, though you're really not gaining much bonus-wise from his skill because you're exchanging resources just like your opponent is. That's where the deck itself comes in. So we're going to start off with my green cards, and then we're going to move on to the red cards in the deck. The majority of the deck is green, but roughly a fourth to a third is red. So we're going to start off with my one-drop Broly here. This is Broly, Dawn of the Rampage. When you play this card, look at the up to 7 cards from the top of your deck and add 1 green Broly card from among them to your hand. Then shuffle your deck. This is a really nice starting card. Helps set up your evolutions and whatnot for later. I'm running it as a 4 of. Next we have quite possibly the most important card of the deck. And at this time, this is the only field card in the deck. Or, not the deck, in the game, I mean. Place this card into the battle area, and it remains on the field until another card with field is placed. When you place another card with field, this card goes into the drop area. So you can only have one field on the field at once. That makes sense. And here's the important part. Your hand is not affected by your leader Broly card's skill. So that means when my Broly leader forces both players to discard one, only my opponent has to discard. And that is a 1-drop, and I'm running at 4. Cost 1. Next we have a Nullify. This is full power energy. Once again, I'm running 4 of this card. This is a card for a counter attack. Negate the attack, then choose up to 1 opponent's battle card with a energy cost of 1 or less and KO that card. So not only do you get to negate attack, but also you might be able to take out one of their trump blockers at the same time. That is a 4 of in the deck. You're not going to get the KO of a 1 or less very often, but it's a Nullify nonetheless. Then we have 4 copies of... and I'm bad with this guy's name, Paragus, Controller of Monsters. When you play this card, you may place 1 card from your hand into the drop area. If you do, choose and activate 1 Broly's ring from your deck, then shuffle your deck. So he's just there for consistency to make sure you get your Broly's ring out because it's really important. You do lose a card from hand, but that's all right. Next, we have one of my favorite combo pieces. This is Overflowing Bio Warrior Army. Once again, 4 copies. When this card is placed into the drop area from the battle area, if your leader card is Broly, that's right, you can only use its effect in this deck, you may place 1 card from your hand into the drop area. If you do, play this card. So this card's special because when your Broly leader card is awakened, he destroys one of your battle cards every time he attacks. And the nice thing about this card is you can attack with it and then attack with your Broly, KO this card, bring it back with its skill, and have it standing to attack again or be used during your next turn for a block. Well, not a block, but a combo. And the thing with that also is that works during your opponent's turn too. So if your opponent wants to destroy this card, well, he's going to come back. Add in the fact that it's got 15,000 power, which are vanilla stats, and I love that card. Next, another 4-of. You'll notice I run quite a few 4-ofs. I like consistency. We have Trunks, Protector of Children. When you combo with this card, if your leader card is green and your life is 4 or less, draw one card and add 10,000 power to this card's combo for the duration of the turn. So that does not give 10,000 to the card you're comboing it with for the rest of the turn, just to it. You can draw one plus 10. Nice, easy, great, reliable card for defense in the later part of the game. Next, we have our only 3-cost card in the deck. This is Energy Power Gotenks, once again a 4-of. When this card attacks a leader card, your opponent chooses one card from their hand and places it into the drop area. So once again, forcing another discard. And there are several other cards in the deck that force discards, but this is the first one you can get out that's not your leader card. Next, we have our first evolution for Broly. This is Rampaging Lifeform Bio-Broly. It typically costs 5, with 2 being green, or you can evolve on top of a Broly for 2 green and 2, so a cost of 1 less. It has double strike, and when a card evolves into this card, your opponent chooses 2 cards from their hand and places them into the drop area. So when you evolve into this card, it's a discard 2, which add in the fact that you're probably already awakened by then, that's a discard 3 in 1 turn, which can really hurt the opponent, or more. And this card is a 3-of in my deck. Next, we have a 2-of. This is really simple. Rampaging Super Saiyan Broly. It's a cost of 6, 2 being green. Its only skill is Triple Strike with 30,000 power. So this is just a beat stick to have out on the field when your opponent's discarded so many cards and they really can't defend. This is one of the cards that can get the job done and just take out your opponent. I'm not that big of a fan of it because it doesn't do much on the field, so that's why it's only a 2-of. Next, we have the only SR in the deck, and my, what a lovely SR it is. Once again, a 2-of. This is Broly, the Rampaging Horror. 6 cost as well as the last one, but this one costs 4 green, 2 others. His evolution costs 4 green and 1 other. And that's onto a Broly, as obviously. And he has double strike. And this is the cool part. When you play this card, or as an evolution, choose up to 2 cards at random from your opponent's hand and put them in the drop area. So the nice thing about this is your opponent can't choose the 2 cards that matter to them, the least. You get to choose them, though it is at random. That is it for the greens in the deck. And now we go on to red with probably my favorite card in the entire deck. A 1-cost Saiyan Cabba. So this card's really important because it is your deck's defense against stall decks that keep you at 5 damage so you can't awaken. And Cabba's just all around a great card because he's very aggressive. When this card attacks, you may choose 1 card from your life and add it to your hand, so essentially taking 1 damage. If you do, this card gains plus 10,000 power and double strike. So first turn when you play him, say you're going second, first turn you can be hitting with a 15k with double strike. That scares the opponent and will likely force them to guard early, wasting cards in their hand before they're even getting to the discard cards. Plus, once again, it helps with that stall. That is why he is absolutely a 4-of in my deck. Next, we have a second Nullify in the deck. We have Vados' Assistance. This one costs 1 red. Negate, counterattack, negate the attack. Then you may choose up to 1 of your battle cards and change them to active mode. So the nice thing about this card is you can attack with something without the fear of not being able to combo with it later. It is a 3-of, just because I don't rely on it that much, and I wouldn't run 4 of it just because I'm not running that many red cards right now. Next, we have another 1 drop, and this one we are running at, oops, drop the card, 3. This is Fickle Destruction, an extra card. Activation main. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 12,000 or less power in the battle area and KO that card. So this is really great early game, mid game, or late game for getting rid of your opponent's blockers. And that's why I have it in the deck. It's a 3 of. It's pretty good. Next, we have a cost of 3 red card. Ran at 3. 3/3. This is Furthering Destruction Champa. Now, he does have a cost of 2 red in order to play him, but I don't think I've ever actually played him to the field. The reason he's in the deck is because of his effect when he combos. When you combo with this card, choose one of your attacking cards and give it double strike. So this card, it's wonderful. I've got a lot of 15Ks, 20Ks in the deck that don't come with double strike, or like my Bio Army doesn't have anything at all. Just giving something like that double strike can really add the pressure against your opponent. And, you know, it only takes comboing with it, which costs 1 energy to do so, but you're getting 10k off of it as well. And that's a 3 of. And the last card, this one's not the most useful card in every game, but every now and then you'll have a game where this is the card that wins it for you. That's why it's here. And it is a 2 of. We have Assassination Plot. It costs 4, 2 being red. You should have 2 red in your energy by the point you're going to use this. Choose any number of opponent's battle cards with a total power that adds up to 30,000 or less and KO them. So when you're fighting a deck that has a lot of things on the field, particularly, say, a yellow deck that has plenty of blockers on the field, or a blue deck with a lot of smaller cards on the field, you can just go crazy for 4 and destroy their entire field, which can really hurt them in the long run. I typically use this as part of my finishing turns, or to set up said finishing turns. And that is it. That is my entire deck. The deck plays very well. I've been playtesting it quite a bit. I rather like it. I like it more than a mono green deck, and I certainly like it more than a green blue deck. You're not going to get that crazy energy ramp. In fact, there are no cards in the deck that do energy ramp, but trust me, you don't need it. The thing with this deck is it is just great at shredding apart the opponent's resources. That is what this deck does best, disruption. And you've got plenty of cards in the deck to KO your opponent's cards as well. So if you guys have any questions about this deck, feel free to ask me in the comments below. Make sure to like this video for more Dragon Ball Super content. And like or check us out on Facebook, Twitter, all that fun stuff. And you guys, don't forget, hit the bell for notifications. And check out our shop in the description below. Thanks. Goodbye.